For the absolute last time, I am going to explain myself and I am going to come clean and I'm going to let the world know. From the outlandish antics, from the outrageous, controversial things that I have done, there's been a lot of conflict, there's been a lot of discussion, there's been a lot of debates, there's been a lot of doubts that consume the minds. And, ever since 2011 here on Seanzviewent, even though I started on here long before then, when I was an absolute nobody, when I wasn't making waves, when I wasn't getting people talking. And I always thought, if I get people talking, whether good or bad, negative, happy or sad, likes or dislikes, subscribe, unsubscribe, my main reaction was if you're getting the people talking, you're doing something right. If you're making noise, you're getting over. You're getting over. But, through the antics and the controversies and the drama and the storylines and the angles and the misleading, the lies, the BS, I'm going to come clean. This started back in 2011. It goes back to 2011 when I wanted to just talk WWE. I wanted to just do my view and my opinion of rumors, news, and headlines, and then it became more and more than that. Because in a very short period of time, I started attracting a lot of hate, a lot of criticism for just talking WWE. And sooner or later, the trolls and the haters got in my head. They managed me. They drove me. And then I said, you know what, let me just make a storyline out of this. So let me just make angles out of this. Let me just make this entertaining. But of course, I want to step further, because if I do things, I'm not going to just come halfway. I'm not just going to give you half-ass. I'm going to go all the way. So then I said, let's start with storylines. And the whole thing is, the whole storyline thing, some of it was fabricated. Some of it was real. Some of it was in vain. Some of it was to get a little chuckle. Some of it was to get a reaction. And once again, in my opinion, a lot of it was for all the wrong reasons. Once again, I was trying to be entertaining. I was trying to throw something different. I was trying to throw you swerves, but everyone saw through it. Everyone knew what I was doing. Everyone knew what I was trying to accomplish. Like, remember that one time where I got beat up by thugs or the Bloods or the Crips, and I had the black eye and I had the crutches? What about that time when my car got stolen? What about the 10-car pileup? What about the whole exposing incident? Well, it wasn't to make a name for myself. It was to be notable. But looking back now, I'm a man. I've made mistakes. You here on YouTube, you truly do. You go through trial and error. And I've made a lot of errors. I've made a lot of wrong judgments. I've been on the wrong side of the fence many, many times. Do I regret the storylines? I don't really regret the storylines, and I'll tell you why. Because I was trying to get over. I was trying to catch wind. I was trying to get some momentum here on YouTube, because for some reason, me just talking about WWE wasn't getting the job done. And then when the haters and the trolls started coming in, and then the conflict and the drama started, because drama sells here on YouTube. No matter how many times people leave comments in the section saying, "Oh, you should be done with drama, move on, just stick to WWE." People click the video. They still click the video, and I don't care what anyone says. At the end of the day, if you're not here to get views, because if you're on here and you want to make it your job, you want to make it your living, you want to get views, you want to get comments. And listen, I've busted my ass. Nobody has to go back and look at my videos and my track record and see the foundation and see the layout and see what I have done on this website. Countless hours, countless days, countless minutes, day after day, hour by hour, month by month, year by year, upload by damn upload. I have been here. I don't get a lot of sleep. I don't believe in a day off. I give you rumors, news, headlines, previews, predictions, being interactive, being motivated, being enthusiastic. Sure, I've made my mistakes, and I'll always have to look back and say, well, there was a bleep on the radar. But once again, I am coming clean. Yes, many of the things I did was storylines. It was from my head. Nobody came up to me and said, "Hey, Sean, let's have this creative idea to do this." When my girlfriend's dad died, that was real. That was legitimate. When my cousin died, that was real. That was legitimate. When my mom came down with breast cancer, that was real. That was legitimate. But when you seen something that was outrageous, or something that didn't seem right, or something that just didn't add up, most of you already knew that it was a storyline, and you're probably seeing a lot of my new subscribers probably don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. But I'm not a mean person. I'm not a bad guy. Listen, Everyone can simply look my name up on here. You can look up the records. You can buy the records online. It's public information. I've never been arrested, although I did a storyline that I was arrested. I did a storyline that I went to the police, but once again, it was to get over. It was to get a reaction. And once again, it may have been for all the wrong reasons, but I did get a reaction. And once again, I have apologized about this to nauseam. Listen, I didn't think that doing storylines was a bad idea, seeing that the WWE is storyline driven. But once again, the point can be made, well, Sean, you're not in the WWE. This isn't WWE. Although WWE is centered around storylines. All right? I swear, it was a storyline. I got a lot of t-shirts coming out soon. Seanzviewent, it was a storyline. It wasn't a storyline. All the fabrication, all the denials. Listen, it was all a storyline. Most of the stuff was a storyline. And most of the stuff, I let people get underneath my skin. I let people direct me. I let people bully me. I let people get in my way. And I gave people the satisfaction. And one of the things I do here on YouTube.com is I go off the tracks. Just when you think I'm doing the right thing, just when you think I'm doing what I need to do, I sway away and I go back to drama and conflict. And becoming a father, I'm becoming a dad now. I think the storylines are kind of passe. Once again, the Attitude Era was all about amazing moments and wowing you and keeping you on the edge of your seat. And, just like that whole storyline there with, what was it, not the Mythbusters? What was that storyline I did where, people were, Hitman coming to my house. Now, I didn't make the Hitman website, but, I don't know who was behind those emails. The Hitman storyline, I was making more of it. I was trying to put more shine onto it. I wasn't behind the emails. But like I said, as it concerns, me being kidnapped, my car being stolen, 10 car pile up, me being possessed, there's been so many things I've done. I mean, this goes way back to 2011, and I'm just coming clean about everything. As far as me buying, supposedly buying subscribers and like for like, I never even knew a like-for-like.net existed. Listen, if you look at many YouTubers on here that are at where I'm at right now, that are at 74,000 subscribers, and they moved on to 100,000, you'll see that these people will come on here, and they'll make a bad name, they'll try to make a bad rep, and they'll put your name on the website, they'll expose it, they'll edit it, they'll crop it, they'll manipulate it, and they'll make it look like you were on those sites. Listen, I never even knew these sites existed. Like for like and sub for sub. And I never knew that these websites existed. And more proof of that is I'm still here. More proof of that is that account that did that is now down. If you go to Undertaker's Freak channel and you click that video, the video's down. The video's gone. The video's deleted. The account is absolutely gone because it was fake. It was fabricated. It was made up. I'm not going to buy subscribers for a storyline, okay? I don't believe in that. I don't stand up for that. And this is me moving on because once and for all, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to expose myself. No, not that way. I'm going to expose myself as saying there was a lot of storylines that, I shouldn't have done it. I was wrong. I'm a man, and I'm manning up, and I'm admitting my wrongdoings. Once again, in becoming a father and becoming a dad, you have to step up. You have to take the initiative. You have to grow. You have to expand. You have to see the error of your ways. You have to look back at the body of work you have done and say, you know what, I got to change. And then when my WWE content started picking up, when I started, becoming a name, when people started knowing me, people started trusting me, people have come to me for WWE, and that's what you can trust because I am the undisputed #1 premier source for all WWE concerning rumors, news, headlines, previews, and predictions, and we're going to get back to WWE talk. So the past is the past. It's all a blur to me now, and I know I'll always get asked about it. I know it will always be a bleep on the radar. I know it will always be something that weighs me down, but I'm trying to improve, I'm trying to adjust, and I'm trying to become a man, and I'm trying to become mature, whatever the word, whatever the meaning, whatever the catchline, whatever the phrase. Any other person could come on here and cut a storyline and do an angle. Some of the things I did was controversial. Some of it was flashy. Some of it was intended. Some of it was unintended. Some of it was thought out. Some of it was just spur of the moment. And you know what? To my knowledge, I don't think there's going to be any more storylines, no more angles, no more drama, no more BS. I said I want to be professional. I said I want to upgrade. I said I want to do my thing, and I just want to do WWE talk. That's what I want to do. I want to be informative. I want to be interactive. I want to be incisive. I want to be entertaining. I want to be exclusive. And I want to do all the right things for all the right reasons. Once again, I apologize for my past. I am going to improve my future. You can bank on it. You can count on it. Stay addicted to Sean's View. Subscribe.